Okay, so question 4. Find each product or quotient and write it in the lowest term as needed. Okay, so we have question A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so we'll do some multiplication, also we'll do some division as well. What happened to this? Okay, there we go. So, let's try question C, okay, D, okay, and I will say question G and H, okay, G and H. Alright, multiply 4 9s by 18. Do you still remember how we do fraction multiplication? 4 over 9 is a fraction, but is 18 a fraction? No, it's not a fraction. However, we could rewrite it as 18 out of 1, right? So we have a fraction times by fraction, okay? Say A over B times by C over D. Everybody, do you know how do you do fraction multiplication? Yes. A times C divided by what? B times D, right? Okay, so we have this 4 out of 9 times by 18 over 1. But do we multiply 4 by 18, compute it, and then divide by 9, and then simplify? Why? Because see, if we multiply 4 by 18 and then divide by 9, okay, eventually we have to simplify and find the common factors, right? But now we see we have two denominators. One is 9, one is 1. Okay, we have two numerators, one is 4, the other is 18. Okay, so I would still multiply the 4 by 18, but I didn't compute it, okay, and 9 times by 1. From here, are we able to simplify, like cancel out a common factor?
Yeah.
Yes. How? 9, 18, right? 1 and 2. So now, only 1 and 1 on the denominator, no common factor from the top, right? So 4 times 2, 8, divided by 1. 1 times 1 is 1, right? So 8. Right? Alright, question D. 3 and 1/2 times 1 and 1/4. When we have mixed numbers, are we able to multiply directly? No. We have to make sure that we have what? Either proper or improper fractions, but it must be in fraction. A mixed number has to be converted to a fraction. Then we can do multiplication or division, right? So 3 and 1/2 is an improper fraction, right? So how? We keep the denominator 2, use 3 times by 2 give us 6, right? Then plus 1, 7 times 4 is a denominator, right? 1 times 4, 4, plus 1, 5. Any common factors between 2 and 7 were 5, and 4 and 7, 5. Any common factor? No way. Now we are multiplying them up, okay? So 7 times 5, 35. 2 times 4, what? 8. Okay. Are we done? Yeah. Some of you guys may say, oh, 35 over 8, this is an improper fraction. Do we have to write it in the mixed term? If the question does not say it, you don't have to. You can just leave it either proper or improper fraction there as your final answer. Okay? It doesn't say you have to write it in the mixed number, right? So we don't have to do anything. So this is already done. Okay? Done. Alright, so these are the multiplication, okay? And for fraction division, okay, let's try question G and H. When we have a division of two fractions, what do we do, guys? We are going to keep the first fraction, no change, okay? However, divide by the second fraction means multiply the second fraction, flip upside and down, right? So it's going to be 24 out of what? 36. You guys? Yeah. Divide by a fraction is equivalent to multiply this fraction, flip upside and down. Okay. This is the definition for division. Okay. All right. Any simplification? 24, 24, right? So 5 times 1, 1 times 36. So 5 out of 1 is 36. Can you give it a try for question H? Wilma, can you tell us how to do this problem?
So it's 5 over 3, then multiplied by 35 over 4. But then you have
Divided by, right? 35 over 4.
yeah.
Because first, this is not in a fraction way, it's in a mixed number, so we have to rewrite it as 35 out of 4, right? However, for division, we have to change it to a multiplication, right? Then, 5 out of 3 times by what? 4 out of 35, right? And then let's see whether we're able to simplify. 5, 35, 1, 7, right? 1 is 7. 4, 3, no common factor. 4 and 7, no common factor. So, nothing, there's no way we can simplify, right? So we'll have a 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 7 is what? 21. Does everybody get the same answer? Okay. Alright, so these are fraction, multiplication, and division, okay? And also, what is improper fraction, mixed number, and then conversions between them, blah, blah, okay? Well, let's turn to page 2. Okay, let's turn to page 2. Okay, we will work on sum or difference of the fractions. Okay, so how to do this? Sum or difference of the fractions. Okay, so in our textbook we have a what? Review section. Okay, this is actually in review section. Okay, review section 1. Okay, this is the R1. Okay, section R1. So let's look at how to add and subtract the fractions. I'm going to ask a volunteer to read this green box for us. Whose turn? How about from you? Are you Juan?
Jose.
Sorry, my bad. Jose.
To find the sum of two fractions with the same denominator, add their numerator and keep the same denominator.
Very good. Thank you so much, Jose. If two fractions have the same denominator, add the numerators and keep the same denominator. Okay, so this is easy case, okay? Easy case. Well, a lot of times, okay, when we are adding the fractions, they may not have the same denominator, okay? So that's why we need to find what? The least common denominator, LCD, okay? So how to add or subtract fractions with different denominator, okay? I'm going to ask another volunteer to read this green box. What's your name again? Esmeralda, okay, can you read?
To add or subtract fractions with different denominators, find the least common denominator, LCD, as follows. Step 1, write each denominator in prime factored form. Step 2, the LCD is the product of every every different factor that appears in any of the factor denominators. If a factor is repeated, use the greatest number of repeats as factors of the LCD. Step 3, write each fraction with the LCD as a denominator using the second property of 1.
Okay, very good. Thanks. Okay, so if we don't have the same denominator and we need to add up the two fractions or subtracting two fractions, we need to find what? The least common denominator for the two fractions. Then we can add or subtract, right? Okay, so another definition we need to know is about what? Subtracting fractions. Okay, so I'm going to ask another volunteer read. What's your name again?
Darnell.
Daniel, can you read?
Subtracting fractions. To find the difference of two fractions with the same denominator, subtract their numerators and keep the same denominator. If the fractions have different denominators, write them with different common denominator. With a different common denominator, whatever, first.
Okay, very good. Thanks so much. When we're subtracting fraction with different denominator, what do? Still we have to find what? LCD, right? And then we do subtraction. Okay? Alright, so this is ideas from this review section, and then let's look at our practice question. Okay? So we have question 5. Find each sum or difference and write in those terms as needed. Okay, you see, for these addition questions, okay, some of them they are having the same denominator. Okay, this is easy, right? Keep the same denominator, add up the numerator. I'm not going to show you guys this. Okay, so we're going to find some questions with a different denominator and how to add or subtract. Okay, this one is subtraction. However, they have the same denominator, right? So keep the same denominator and subtract. So this is not hard, okay? So we'll try to do question B. Okay. Also, we're going to do question F. Okay, and then we'll do question H. Okay, so let's do 3 together in class. Okay, all right. So question B. Add 5/6 by 7/8. 6 and 8. What is the LCD, least common denominator? How do you find it, least common denominator? Remember just now? You read it, right? Factors into prime factors, right? So 6 can be factored by 2 by what? 3. 8 can be factored by what? 2 by 2 by 2, right? So least common denominator is what? Those factors shows what? In both of them, right? In both, least common denominator is what? Not in both. It's going to be, we're using what? If 2 shows up in, as a factor in both, we'll keep 2. Okay? 3 shows up for the factor of 6, we'll also keep it. Okay? And then, it is what? This is 2, right? So we're going to keep this 2, keep 1 3 because these 2, they repeat, okay? We're also going to choose 3, and these 2 shows as the factor of 8, right? But they're not showing for 6. We're still also going to choose both of these 2, okay? So if we read the textbook, it says what? Remember just now what we read? Factor what? Here, okay? Yeah, I'm not sure whether you can see that, okay? Product of every different factor that appears in any of the factor denominator. If the factor is repeated, use the greatest number of repeats as a factor of the LCD. Okay, so that means, okay, so 2, this factor shows up in both of the factor of 6 and 8. Well, in the factor of 6, it shows up once. In the factor of 8, it shows up 3 times. So how many times of 2 should we choose? 3 times, okay? Because it is what? It is, if the factor repeated, use the greatest number of repeats, which is 3 of 2, okay? Well, you can use these 3, okay? Well, so 3, 2. And factor 3 shows up for what? The factor as 6. We'll also choose it, okay? As long as the factor shows up, whatever it is in as a factor for one number or both, as long as a factor shows up, we use it as a factor for the LCD, okay? So LCD is going to be what? 2 2 times 2 times 2 times by what? 3. So what is it? 4 times 3 is what? 24. Right? 24. Alright, so if the LCD is 24, we're going to rewrite these two fractions as what? Fractions with common denominator 24. So in order to let this fraction has denominator 24, we have to multiply 6 by what? 4, right? 6 times 4 gives us 24. To be fair, multiply 4 from both up and down, right? Up and down. 7 out of 8. How do you get out of 24 from 8? By what? 3, right? So we have to multiply 3 to the numerator as well. Right, guys? So we'll have 4 times 4, 5 times 4 give us what? 20 out of 24. What is this? 21 out of 24. So eventually, same denominator 24, add the 20 by 21, give us what? 41. Okay. Is there any common factor we can simplify between 24 and 41? Okay, so we're down here. Okay, we're down here. Alright, now let's move on to question F. 2/3, 2 over 24, and 1 over 6. What is LCD? Three can only be factored by what? 3, right? 3 times 1, which is 3. Okay. So 24 can be factored by what? 3 times 8, right? 3 times 8. Or 2 times 2 times, yeah, I would say 2 times 2 times, yeah. And 6 can be factored by 3 times what? 2. So actually, among the 3 numbers, there are only 2 distinct factors shows up. What are them? 3 and 2, right? 3 and 2. So 3 shows up in all of them, but each one of the, each of these factors, they only show up once, right? So LCD will be multiplied by just one 3, okay? Because each of these 3 numbers will only have one factor of 3. Factor 2 also shows up, right? So we have to write 2. How about the exponent, the repeats of 2? 3 times, right? So eventually, what is the LCD? 8 times 3, 24, right? Or you can see, number 3, number 24. 24 is a multiple of 3, right? 24 is also a multiple of 6. So what is LCD? 24, okay? 24. Alright, then let's add them up by changing them. 2/3. In order to get 24, we should multiply 3 by what? 8. 2 over 24, we don't have to change anything. 1 over 6 to get 24, multiply by what? 4, right? So, 2 times 8. 16 out of 24. 2 out of 24. 4 out of 24. So eventually, you should get what? 16 plus 2, 18. 18 plus 2, what? 22. But is this in the lowest term? 22, 24, same. What is the common factor? 2, right? So divide by 2 from both top and bottom. Give us what? 11 out of what? 12. Right? Question H. 12 and 3 over 8 minus 10 and 1/4. Same thing. Are we able to subtract now? They're in mixed numbers. So first we write them into fractions, right? So the first fraction, denominator is 8. Numerator should be what? 12 times 8 plus 3, right? 12 times 8. 16, carry 1. 1 times 8. 8 plus 1, 96. 96 plus 3, 99. Minus 4. 10 times 4, 40 plus 1, 41. Right? Can we subtract directly? No, right? Don't have the same denominator. So what will be the LCD? 8, right? 8. Multiply by what? 2? You guys? 41 times 2, 82. So, 99 minus 82, 17. Any common factor? No, right? No common factor. Okay, so we're done for this question as well. Alright? Alright, so we have 2 practice questions, okay, like words problems, okay, so let's do one, okay, I would say let's try question 7, okay, question 7. I'm going to ask a volunteer to read this question for us. What's her name again? Helen? Okay.
Scott used 7 wooden boards, each 8 3/4 inches long. If you must allow 3.5 inches for scrap and cutting error, what total length of wood should he purchase to make these pieces?
Okay, good. Scott needs 7 boards. Each of them, is 8 3/4 inches long. If he must allow 3.5 inches for scrape and cutting error, what total length of wood should he purchase to make these pieces? Each piece this long. He needs 7 pieces, right? Plus, he need to allow an extra 3.5 inches for error, right? Scratch and error, right? So in total, how long of the wood should he purchase? Each of these this long, 7 of them, right? So 7 times by 8 3/4, right? Not done yet. He needs this extra, long, right? For error, plus 3.5. You guys. All right, now we build the equation. Okay, we build the expression. We're gonna simplify it. Okay, 8 3/4. Mixed number, not good. So this is 7 out of 1 times. What will be on the numerator? 35 or 32? Which one? 35. Right. Plus, treat this one as a fraction. Seven halves, right? Some halves. Right. So multiplication, we do it, right? We do it first. 7 over 1, 7 over 4, 35 over 1, 35 over 4. Any common factor? Can we simplify? No. So we are going to, multiply 7 by 35. And divide by what? 4, right? Because 1 times 4 gives us 4. So what is 7 times by 35? We have to use a square paper, right? 35 times 7. 5 times 7, 35 carries 3. 3 times 7, 21 plus 3, 24, right? So 245 plus 7 over 2. Do we have the same denominator? No. Because this one, we need a LCD 4, right? So what do? Multiply both top and bottom by number 2, right? That gives us 275 divided by 4 plus 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 2, what is it? 14. So 4 Add these two numbers up, give us 200 and what? Yeah, 259.